because I was on the train. So, to pick up where I left off, I started reading this book, Viola Davis. I've actually had the book for a minute, but I decided to read her book. And the very first chapter is called Running. And I was saying, the first chapter is called Running. And it just made me think when I'm reading her story, it's so similar to my story as far as, running from bullies and all that kind of stuff, and just being mistreated because of being African American or being dark skinned and all that kind of jazz. Like, and I've noticed that a lot of people, a lot of women who are dark skinned African American women have that story of being mistreated, you know, growing up. That's why I celebrate dark skinned models, because I know what they've had to go through, you know. But when I read about Viola Davis and her talking about running, and how she had to run from the bullies who used to chase her and throw rocks at her and all that kind of stuff on the way home, and how that really, traumatized her. And it made me think, huh? Oh, you're welcome. It made me, hey Rena, how you doing? Thank you, Paul. I appreciate that. Yeah, my daughter got me these glasses. She's into the style thing. I hope y'all doing good. Yeah, Paul, I had to come back because my internet went out. But yeah. So when I read her first chapter, Viola Davis's first chapter, it made me think about, you know, my own stories, you know, with running. And I think there are a lot of people who have had traumatized in childhoods where they had to run from a bully, they had to run for this or that or whatever, you know, they were running from as a child. And then they're still running as adults. When the issues happen, they run because they don't know how to handle it, because that was the way they handled it as a child. That's how they grew up handling it as a teenager. When something didn't act right, they would run, or they would quit, or they would try to go the other way because they don't want to deal with it, you know. They ain't want to deal with it as kids, they don't want to deal with it as adults. So that's something that, you know, when I saw her first chapter was called Running, I'm like, wow, that's deep. You know what? Thank you, because these people is off the chain. Let me see, how can I do that? Yep, you sure can. Because they off the chain up in here. I got all the haters, all the racist people want to come. There's a whole bunch of other racist people, so I don't know why they don't jump on their lives and be racist with the other races, because then they can have something to relate to. They like to come and mess with us. I don't be going on their lives talking smack. Rena said, I'm out today. Also, I'm having dinner at a restaurant since I have a busy day tomorrow. Okay. Okay, that's what's up. I think I did. I made you click me, then click moderate. I thought I did. Yeah, I did. I did hats. What is that? Hats. I know I'm saying it wrong. Hatson Mike. Whatever, I appreciate you, because they off the chain. I got all the evil people. Put them in timeout. That's what I'm saying. That's what I need. I need a king to step up here and put these crazy people in timeout. Thank you. I appreciate you. You know, put these people in timeout. So, You know what? I sure will, Rena, because I know you ain't playing with them. Rena will not be messing with y'all. Y'all will not be picking with me. Rena is on the job. These people, I can't even come with their racist stuff. Card C said there are lots of racist animals there. Don't bother them. Be happy. God bless you. I appreciate that. Yeah, but I don't be tripping on them. I don't care. You know. MM said I wouldn't want to mess with you, baby. You look like you could KO a 6-inch man anytime of the day. Do I look mean? I'm trying. Do I? Wait a minute. Hold on. Do I look mean? Or are you just saying it because I'm thick? I'm trying to figure out like what that. So when you have had trauma happen in your life, and the way that you've always dealt with it as a child was to run, you find yourself still running when you become an adult if you don't deal with it, if you don't recognize it, if you don't understand that that's what's going on. Nobody really likes to face pain and suffering. People don't like to face, you know, shortcomings about themselves. They don't like to look at themselves in the mirror and be like, you know what? I act the way that I do, or I act mean towards other people, or I'm evil towards other people because I got some stuff going on the inside of me. I got some self-hatred on the inside of me, or I was bullied as a child, so now the way I get back is I bully other people. Like, I always be trying to understand racist people. I be trying to really understand, like, why is it that you don't like somebody you don't know just because of the way they look? Or because of who their mama was or who their daddy was. Like, I really want to understand racist people and try to just really get into their head, like, why? When you ask a person why they don't like somebody because of their race, you be trying to figure out, like, what happened. Was you traumatized by somebody from that race and now you just don't like the whole race? Like, why is it that you're racist? Oh, it's because your mama and daddy didn't like them? Did you ever find out why your mama and daddy didn't like them? Is it just because they grandmama and granddaddy didn't like them? Or, like, why is it that you're really racist? Like, I really be trying to understand that. How is it that you can spread hate so easily and it's okay? Like, you don't feel no kind of badness about spreading hate. Like, why is that? Like, I don't understand that. You know what I'm saying? I don't get it. And then the ones who are racist or hateful will always look for somewhere to spread their hate. People who are about love, they gonna share loving posts, and they pretty much gonna stick to their own side, or they'll always comment love. But racist people will look for people to bully, to intimidate, to try to hurt. And hurt people. So I'm thinking that a lot of racist people are really hurt people on the inside. Like, there's a reason why you are finding joy with hurting someone that you don't even know. It got to be something deeper than just, I don't like you because you're African American, or I don't like you because you're Chinese, or I don't like you because you're Mexican, or I don't like you because you're white. Why? What did they do to you? What happened? What is it? Does it come from childhood? And I never understand parents who raise their children up to hate. Why? Why are you putting that disease in them? Because hatred is a disease. Why? Why would you want your child to grow up like that? Like, I don't get it. It don't make sense to me. I don't understand it. In my hometown, Columbus, Ohio, we are a melting pot of people. So when I went to school, I didn't deal with racism from the other race. Like, we all played together. Whites, blacks, green, yellow, handicapped. We loved each other. We just played together. It wasn't like that in Ohio. It wasn't. I didn't experience it. I experienced it more on social media as an adult than I ever did growing up or as a child. I never had to go. Like, we all played together. So it's when I came to the South, I think that's when I first like recognized vision. I remember when I first came to Atlanta, and I had picked up this one of them free, papers, and I noticed that on the right side, it was like these were realtors, but on the right side, it was all white realtors, and because they had their pictures, so it was like all white realtors on the right side of the page, and all black realtors on the other side, on the right side of the page was all black, and on the left side was all white. And I was just like, that was weird to me. Like, why they separating them like that? We all God's children. As a nurse of 32 years, I've had to take care of everybody. I've taken care of people from all different nationalities, and have had nothing but love for them. When I come into a patient's home, I don't see color. I used to take care of patients. I never saw color. Never saw color. So it's just wild to me as an adult running across them. And even though I experienced, being mistreated as a child, it was more within my own race, believe it or not. I was mistreated more by the people within my own race than I ever was those outside of my race. I really didn't experience racism in that way growing up. I was mistreated by the ones who were of a lighter skin complexion than me. But you know what? That goes back to the Jim Crow and all that kind of stuff, and and it probably even goes further back than that. It probably goes back to biblical days. It might go back to the days of Noah, for all we know. It's coming down from somewhere, It's coming down from somewhere. I know that's right, Renee. I appreciate that. Thank you, hats. I'm gonna say hats because I don't know what that other part is. So I'm just gonna say hats. Is that okay? Andrew, make groceries affordable again and close them. You know what? These rent prices and stuff is off the chain. It is off the chain. I don't know. They should have told us when they gave us some stimulus packages. They should have told us, listen here, we're going to give you the stimulus money, but afterward we're going to raise everything because we want our money back. They should have told us. No, we don't. So, Andrew, we don't want to go backwards, babe. We don't want to go backwards. I don't want to go backwards. I don't want to go back. When you say back, there's nothing good in like we already went through what was back there. We already experienced, the stuff that was back there. Why would we want to go back? You never want to go backwards. That's like going back to an abusive relationship. Why would you go back? Especially if the person that you was with shows that they have not changed. If they were mean and there was a lot of confusion and hatred and all that kind of stuff and they still showing signs of that, why would you go back? You always tell a woman who has been abused, or even a man, because men get abused too, but you always tell them, never go back. If that person has healed and you really love them and God is meant for y'all to come back together, then, let them go through their healing process. But they gotta show that they changed, and it can't be like right away. Like, it need to be years. Like, I don't know. I don't have a desire to go back. There's nothing in the past. Like, who wants to go back to 2020? Don't nobody want to go back to that. Who wants to go back to that? Who wants to go back to a time when you had hundreds of thousands of people dying? Who wants to go back to a time when divorces were at an all-time high? Who wants to go back to a point when people were, drug abuse and stuff was at the highest of the high? Who wants to go back to a period of time where there was, the suicide rate was off the chain? Who wants to go back to that? Nobody want to go back. Who wants to go backwards? And then I don't want to go back. Who wants to go back to a period like 9/11 and all that kind of stuff? Who wants to go back to a period of, segregation and all the evilness that came with that? Who wants to go back? Nobody want to go back. Ain't nobody trying to go back. I don't want to go back. So, no, I'm not interested in anything that's in the past. I learned my lessons there. I grew from the experience, and now I'm enjoying the present, and I'm having faith for the future. But ain't nothing in the past that I want. You know, I don't have an interest in going back. It's you know what, Brittany? It's really sad. You know, Brittany said they were raised in hate. It's sad. Like, why would you want to raise your babies in hate? Rena said some people are really have nothing in their brain and all they do is hate. And that's sad because that means your life is pretty unhappy. You're pretty miserable. People who are filled with that low vibrational energy are miserable. Because when they're not hating on somebody else, when they're spewing out all that hate, when it's coming out of their mouth, those words are coming out, they are clouding their environment with that. Because what you put out got to come back to you. If you put out negative energy, it got to come back to you. That's a universal law. That's a spiritual law. So you're putting out that negative, bad energy, and that's coming back to you in a different area of your life. Or it's coming back to your seed, you know? It's sad. I wasn't referring to your size or anything like that. I think you misunderstood me. I attended that KO thing in a positive way. You come through as a positive someone hard to come by lately. Oh, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. You know what? With age comes wisdom. When you go through enough trials and tribulations, you start to learn some stuff. And then not only that, but when you go through a spiritually enlightening experience, you start to learn some stuff. You start to grow, you start to understand some things. And so that's what I have, I've just grown to understand some things. I'm not, I got mistreated so much as a child that I guess I grew thick skin, so it don't bother me like that. God probably took me through, my own training. This is an assignment for me. I'm up here because God has given me an assignment. And my assignment is to, read the Bible online. My assignment is to inspire people. My assignment is to share my story of faith, my testimony. My assignment is to motivate people. That's my assignment. And so before I could carry out my assignment, God had to take me through, boot camp. I had to go through some things. I had to learn some things. I had to overcome some things. And I'm still in training because as long as we go to sleep and open our eyes, we're still in a learning stage. We're still trying to learn stuff. We're still, trying to figure out this journey called life. And that's what's going on right now. But I appreciate that. Thank you for deleting all the crazy people because thank you for deleting all the crazy people. I appreciate that. But listen, y'all, I'm about to I'm sorry. I got somewhere to go, so I'm gonna come back later. But I appreciate y'all for encouraging me. I'll be back in a few. I gotta see where I'm going because I'll be playing around on here and I won't know where I'm going. So I'll be